Kicking Active Light for the potato clip for the week.
In John chapter 15, as Jesus is talking to his disciples, he says something in verse 15 that I want to look at today. Just for some context, Jesus has already talked to them about how much they need to abide in him and abide in his love, and he's shown the connection that they ought to have with him. But that's so special because of the connection he has with the Father. He gives them a commandment in verse 12 that they should love one another as he has loved them. They probably don't even know what that means yet, but they're going to see that pretty soon. In verse 14, he says that they are his friends if they do what he commands them. Then in verse 15, Jesus Christ says, "No longer do I call you servants, for the servant does not know what his master is doing. But I've called you friends. For all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you." Have you ever noticed the beginning of verse 15? Jesus said, "No longer do I call you servants." Now that sounds like he has called them servants, or he has considered them servants in the past. But now that this dynamic has changed, this relationship has gone from servants to friends. Well, why? What caused that change? According to Jesus, it's because they know what he's doing. Because everything that the Father has given him to tell them, he has told them. So they understand and they're still following. And Jesus sees that and he says, "You're my friends." It's really special. It's so special whenever a relationship advances like that. We've experienced that. Maybe we've gone from friends to you're practically a family with somebody. Or maybe you've been in a situation where you were friends and then that relationship advances and now you're married to that person. Some of us have had coworkers that have gone from acquaintances to friends, or maybe we had a roommate that we hardly knew and now they're basically our best friend. Here's my point. This is the Son of God. And he's looking at these 12 men and he's saying, "You're not servants anymore. You're my friend." How special is that? It's so amazing to think about. And it's all because he has told them why he's there. He's revealed his purpose. He's taught them, and they're still following. And in verse 16, he makes it pretty clear. They're going to go on and bear fruit. Those are the things that Jesus requires in order for him to look at someone and say, "You're my friend." What about us? Do we know the purpose of Jesus? Do we understand his teaching from the Father? Are we knowingly following Christ? Are we doing his commandments? Are we bearing fruit? If we answer yes to those things, then we fit in the same category of these 12 disciples. So here's my question for us. Will you be a friend to Jesus? Or maybe a better question. Would he call you a friend today?